Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? I don't think you can hear me. There we go. I can hear me. Hey, how you guys doing? Hello, hello. YDBT Daily coming at you after a day off. Gonna come back and get back on the horse and talk some shit with you guys. Got a couple of things to talk about real quick. Then we just get to this regular shit talking. Nothing crazy. First of all, I want to share Bondo Bird's GoFundMe. We talked about it on the last stream, and here's the link right here. I have put up a link in the chat. If one of the guys can make it pin it to the top, because I can't pin anything to the top on StreamYard. So if one of the guys like JD Swag or YouTube Corrupt, they can pin that to the top, that'd be awesome. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to try to get him to ModNats. He says he wants $5,500. He wants to take him, his wife, and uncle or dad or something like that to ModNat so that we can watch him miss gears in person. He has the first that I know of, Coyote Swap Firebird. He works for Whipple. Blown away that Whipple didn't sponsor it themselves, but I am not surprised because it's really tough to sponsor stuff when China is rattling their saber with Russia, so they have to watch their step. Whipple has to watch their step. They can't be out there sponsoring Bondo Bird to go miss gears at ModNat if China is going to potentially start talking shit pretty soon. So we're going to make sure we get Josh Godinez, Bondo Bird, $5,500 from here to about November or so. I think we can do it, guys. I think we can do it. If I see the if I see the GoFundMe not really gaining traction, I'll keep blasting it until the goal has been met, because I think this channel, it's literally 10 or 15 bucks for all of us. Like 10 or 15 bucks for all of us. You guys not only buy Oh My God cookies and buy that amount, but you guys donate and you are subscribers to the channel. So another 10 to 15 bucks from about 300 or so of you. And then I'll probably bump in the rest if it seems like it's stagnant. I'd love to get him going after it. And, I'd like to see him in person, see him get to ModNats and shift the Coyote Swap Firebird in person. And then we can count the times. We can do drinking games. How many times will he miss a gear? We take a drink every single time he misses a gear. We will be sloshed by the end of the weekend. So again, let's get Josh Godinez, Mr. Bondo Bird, over to ModNats. It's a $5,500 goal or so. I'm wearing my Oh My God cookies hat. They were nice enough to get me a hat, and they got me 10. I bought 10 cookies. I was going to buy 20, but I'm like, what am I going to do with 20 cookies? And I love that Tony is on the actual logo. He's the O in Tony. There's Mr. Tony right there. Melissa and her husband, Lake, ended up doing a nice thing and putting little Tony on the label, so he'll always be somewhere. And the nice thing, after you eat the cookie and you're done with the cookie, you can jerk off your dog and put it in this bag. That's right. It's like a Ziploc situation. Jerk them off with the bag. And if you want to sell your fucking, your dog's jizz, here it is. So that's going to go like that. So the title of the program today is something that Mr. Wesley Evans, a.k.a. Real Teal, either put up in Six Shift Nation or on his personal Facebook. He ended up saying that John Doc, who's, look, I'm a nobody compared to someone like a John Doc. The guy's a legit racer, right? Maybe I'm a more known guy in terms of personality. He's a bigger YouTuber. He's a better racer. He's been faster than me. And he's a heavy LS guy. I would say that if you're going to listen to anybody about LS stuff, he's one of those guys you can listen to and go, this guy knows his shit. Oh, he's run deep into the forge with, I don't know what the fuck the name of the black car is. He used to have the Camaro. Then he has a bunch of race cars in his like camp that are either available to him or whatever, but he seems to have a very legit racing program. So he goes out there, John Doc, and gets himself a small block Ford, supposedly. I don't know much about Mr. John Doc in terms of if he trolls or not, but he got himself a small block Ford, 80-something millimeter, 88 millimeter, LDR legal or X275 legal car. And he said Black Sheep. Thank you. Black Sheep is the name of his black. It's not a Grand National, right? It's a Regal. I can't imagine he would cut up a Grand National. So the gentleman says something that we all know to be true, but to hear from an LS guy, I think matters, because you guys know all these LS fucknuts that dick ride LSs. And then you and I both know there are legitimate people like David Crunkleton and others alike that know the potential of a properly built small block Ford or a properly built Coyote, right? Plain and simple. I'm a Coyote fan, but I'm also a small block Ford fan if built properly. Forget the stock block stuff. You guys talk LSX, this and this and that. Let's talk, small block Ford. Let's talk design. So he ended up going out there and saying something that I thought was, I don't want to say revealing, but it's revealing if you follow him. That's right. If you follow John Dock, by the way, shout out to John Dock and his channel. Tons of information, tons of racing shit. Guy's legit. For him to say this, I could not imagine what the LS nut hugger, stock bottom end, 7-second guy that says every stock bottom end can go sevens. Meanwhile, he has a Fox body on jack stands with a 4.8 for 7 years. And he lives through the LS guy. He lives through the guys that are legitimate, and the legitimate guys are not about the bullshit. I think they're legit racers. So let's listen to John Dock himself. Hopefully he won't dox me on this thing because I'm just promoting his shit. I'll send a link to the video description so you can see what's going on with the car. But this gentleman goes out here and starts saying stuff like, hey, if you want to build yourself a small block Ford, spend a little more money, spend the time and effort to build it right. It'll make more power than an LS. And by the way, shout out to the Parts Farm, to Auto Solution, the sponsors of the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys for being on board and paying another month dues. It's nice, easy money. Okay, let's see what Mr. John Dock has to say from the horse's mouth. I'll shut my whore mouth and let him do his thing.
So I was a big LS guy. Chris kind of converted me over to the small block Ford. I like the small block Fords. They make really good power. I tell everybody it's like this. If you don't want to think about it and save a little bit of money, you're going to make a little bit less horsepower, build an LS. If you want to make a little bit more horsepower and use your brain to build it and spend some more money, build a small block Ford. I personally think the small block Ford makes more power. It's a little bit beefier. They're badass. So this is
clean. A lot more headache on
there's
building.
some really
A lot more headache. You could tell that the kid on the camera was probably hurt. Wait, what? What the fuck did you say, John Dock? Well, let's just hear it one more time so you guys can really take it in. I didn't edit the video. I didn't do nothing. It's just him.
big LS guy. Chris kind of converted me over to the small block Ford. I like the small block Fords. They make really good power. I tell everybody it's like this. If you don't want to think about it and save a little bit of money, you're going to make a little bit less horsepower, build an LS. If you want to make a little bit more horsepower and use your brain to build it and spend some more money, build a small block Ford.
I didn't have to say it. Forget me. Forget this channel. Forget everything I've said. Do you guys subscribe to John Dock? Yeah, totally. Do you guys think John Dock represents LS as well? Absolutely. Then he says, yeah, small block Fords are better, make more power. Yeah, they're more expensive to build. But if you don't want to think about it, spend less money, build an LS. But if you want to be King Daddy and start sending it, small block Fords, your Huckleberry. I didn't have to say that. I've known that for a very long time. But how do you prove it to somebody? How do you prove it to somebody that is an LS nut rider? I like the fact that he said that, and he said it with very nonchalant. Very nonchalant. Yeah. If you don't want to think about it and you want to spend less money, LS. If you want to do Billy Badass shit and make a little bit more power, small block Ford. And then the cameraman, my headaches. Relax, bro. He didn't just spit on the LS stuff. He has said whatever all of us Ford, and forget Ford, normal guys that know something about engines have been saying for a very long time. And then people start saying the same shit. People start talking about splitting blocks. We're not talking stock cast blocks. We're talking about aftermarket block, like a Dart block, and then you can stroke it to 4. And he said that one's 427 cubic inch. They talk about it, and it runs, really good numbers. They don't really go in depth into the engine, but I love the fact that, shout out to him, because imagine, and I've said ZR1, you guys have heard me say this on the channel, so don't think I'm going to sidestep this. I have said ZR1, C6 ZR1 is King Daddy stick shift car. King Daddy stick shift car. ZR1 C6. If I can find one after I get rid of the GT500, Sure, but they're going to be like 65 to 70. And that's stupid money, in my opinion, for that platform. I'd rather do something else. But don't think that it's not on my mind, because I see a gray one here all the time, a silver one at Publix all the time, mint, stock. And I'm like, I would rock that chip all day, every day. So, Mr. John Doc, thank you. I really want to, I want to thank you, not because you're trying to like co-sign on what I say. I like the fact that you went out of the LS Homo playbook and said, you know what, I'm going to tell the truth. And I appreciate that. That's not saying LS is sucked. I'm not saying LS is a trash. I'm just saying LS versus small block Ford, if all things being equal, you guys, you know, people that know engines know what the deal is. Now we're talking Coyote, because I'm a Coyote guy. I want to build a small block Ford for the Fairmont. Sure, I don't want to build it. I want someone to build it for me. I don't want to fuck with it. But I'm a Coyote swap guy. I would stick a Gen 3 Coyote in almost anything. CJ cams make 500 wheel and send a 520, 530 wheel in a lightweight Fox, run 9 stick and be the happiest cat ever, and get 20 miles a gallon or 19 miles a gallon, because the car's so light and it's on, even it's on the 85. I think it'll get really good miles per gallon. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate it. Now, when John Doc visits the nearest trailer park in Detroit, North Carolina, let's say he goes to the North Carolina grudge scene and he goes to the trailer park, he's going to get his ass kicked. And I'm, oh, it's real to me, damn it. Remember that guy who got mad that wrestling wasn't real? And then, you know, he's talking to the panel of wrestlers that are just talking about, you know, their scenes. And he's like, it's still real to me, damn it. Well, that's going to be the LS guy who follows John Doc, who absolutely subscribes to his shit and loses his, oh, look at that. He's from North Carolina. Loses their mind. There's an LS guy right now with a 87 Fox with a UPRK member LS style and a 4.8 sitting next to it for the last 3 or 4 years. He goes, I'm going to build it one day. I just don't have the time. I'm waiting. Bro, that's the guy that's cancer. The guys that are out there racing, they're not cancer. They're good. Now, no one ever said that it wasn't cheaper. And that's exactly what he says. It's cheaper. I've always said it's broke boy racing. Can you go fast? Absolutely. But if you're going to spend that kind of money, hell, everything's open. Hemis, small block Ford, big block Chevy, LSs, anything is open. So what is going to happen in LS world after he said that? Because it didn't go unnoticed. A lot of people sent me that shit, and I'm hoping that video blows up, because I'll link to the video, guys. I'll link to the video. Give him a quick little shout. Here's a link right here. Y'all can put that up and watch the whole video. He goes out there, talks about it. Nice little car, and he talks his shit, and I love it. And I love the fact that he's able to say that stuff. Now, is he trolling and kidding? I don't know, but he seemed to be pretty genuine in the video. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when they end up, you know, when the fallout hits. The nuclear bomb was dropped. Okay, he dropped it, saying small block Ford, more power, more expensive, more power. Boom, dropped. Now you get the nuclear fallout, and it's nuclear, not nuclear. Please stop saying nuclear. It's nuclear, okay? So once the nuclear fallout hits, by the trailer park, by, I don't know, Yee Land, I wonder, once Cricket Wireless bill gets paid up 2 or 3 months delayed, and the LS guy finally sees John Doc's video on his phone, I wonder how they're going to react. Let's talk to the guys here. Say hi to the people in the house. See if they give a fuck about what I'm talking about. But again, let's get Bondo Bird to Mon Nats. Let's buy some Dough My God cookies. Thank Part Farm and 2 Auto Solutions. And go to see John Doc's video where he talks about small block Fords, in his opinion, being more powerful, all things being equal, yes, more expensive, but more powerful than the LS stuff. Eliza's S550 douche did it. We got these motherfuckers just talk to each other, apparently. Darren Harper, JD Swag, Chrome, Taint, Mr. Cadiddle Hopper. Fresh Pasteles, douche did it. Fresh Pasteles again. Paul H. Fresh Pastelazos just showed up. David Venus. Izzy Art, 2000 MCR, 508 Josh, SD 2013. I'm hung so low. Clicked up the horse. TBE King. Ford is King Daddy. Mustang Lifestyles in the house. Had a black 84 Regal T-Type in 89. It was the beast in its day. Cody Hobbs, Agent Orange. Infamous. V7350 Nickel Bellic. Nickel Bellic, isn't that the character from Grand Theft Auto, like 4 or 3? I'm not 100%. JD Swag in the house. Melissa, good looking lady that made the cookies. Thank you again for the cookies. I bought 10. I'm going to give 2 to Jake. I gave 2 to my girlfriend to bring to her house, and I'm going to have 4 more. So I'm going to give like 3 more away. And why? I want to make sure people taste this shit, see how good it is, and that they buy them directly from you. That's the whole goal as to why I bought so many cookies. Good morning. Andrew Chapa, Matt 2011 GT, TJ, Brian, Cassette, Ryan again, Blake, Joshua, Mendoza's, JCAJ, Second Shift Racing, checking in. Now, Wig Suck Dick in the house, Alan McCoy, myself, giving you the link, and a whole bunch of other people in the house. Let's go all the way to the bottom and get caught up on the silliness. I love how LS guys say it's cheaper to build than a Coyote, but when you want it to hold 1,000 horsepower, that shit goes out the window. That's the one. I have 2 or 3 customers today that said, Alex, how much horsepower can the Gen 3 hold? I said, look, F-150 Gen 350s, from what I've seen, pretty easily make high 900s, 1,000, even on 3, put on 3 time kits. And they seem to be good with a proper kit, like an Aldo Welds kit or something like that, or even a Manuel stuff. 1,100 doesn't seem to be a problem. But again, you understand at that power level, you're going to potentially blow it up. So you have to prepare for that. Don't think that it's going to just live at a 1,100 power setting forever and live a long life. Anything can happen in racing. That's why, it's an expensive hobby. So on a Mustang, I say, look, if it's supercharged because the belt is being pulled by the crank, if it's a Pro Charger, it'll probably be, idling and it'll blow up. Any other power adder, I think you can make 900 to 1,000 pretty easily. Turbos, because you're not pulling on anything and stressing anything out more so than a supercharger is, 1,000 is pretty easily attainable, but I would keep it in the 850 to 950 range if you want it to last a long time. And the occasional 1,000 for like a couple of seconds after the scramble on a roll, you should be okay. I don't think that's a big issue. You can't say that about any LS motor. I'm saying nothing done to it. Nothing, not even no pump gear, nothing. Tell me what LS motor you can go, I can live at 950 to 1,000 and not really stress it all that much with twin turbos or a single turbo or blown at 950 without much. The ZR1 motor is probably the closest, right? The ZR1 motor is probably the closest. And why is that? Can someone fill me in? Why that motor is so freaking robust? I want to know. But again, you need a cam in that sucker. You need a cam and a little work to get the RPMs you want and the power that you want, plain and simple. The Russia-Ukraine conflict will be settled in the gap between bundled birds 1-2 shift. Oh my God, Ukraine and Russia conflict will be settled between the Bondo Bird 1-2 shift. And I love the fact that he gets it. And I gave him a little bit of guidance on it. I'm like, you want to be funny? You want to have some fun? Start talking some shit on the fact that your shifts will, and we got $170 already raised for Mr. Bondo Bird. Mr. Bondo Bird, I appreciate that. Look, Bondo Bird's going to get it. I think he's going to get it. We got months and months and months to get it. And depending on what happens in the next couple of weeks, and I see that number going up, I'll start bumping it up. I'll throw 200, 300, 500 his way. I don't care. He is going to get it. So this motherfucker can count on it. So we got months and months to make it happen. Again, go to that fundraiser, a real fundraiser, not another bullshit fundraiser. And hopefully we can get him to ModNets because we want to see him there. If money's a valid argument in terms of which platform is better than which, then a junkyard Civic is better than a UGR Lambo. Coyote is better. Just stop being poor. I mean, right. If money is the argument, says Altiza Lights, if money is the argument, then absolutely a junkyard Civic with a B whatever the fuck engine, in terms of money, is a better deal than a UGR Lambo. But we're not talking that. We're talking apples to apples, LS to small block Ford. Hell, you want to talk even weird fucked up. Let's talk small block Chevy versus small block Ford because that's the design. LS is a modern design. Let's talk small block Chevy versus small block Ford. We've all known what the deal is for the longest time, but the money is the issue. The money. Small block Fords are more expensive to build. I know this. Look, if I was to go up to TKM or Fast Forward or Keith Ray and say, I want a 13-to-1, 420 plus cubic inch, 351 base small block Ford, high compression, is going to live on E85, and then eventually I want to boost it, but I want to be able to go 9. So that means it needs to make 600 plus wheel NA. Okay. Small block Ford. How much is it going to cost me? How much is it going to cost me for a 8,000 RPM, probably solid roller stuff? Probably got to check the fucking valves every other pass. Stupid high revving thing. It's probably going to be 11 to 15 or maybe more $1,000. If you was to say, Alex, I want a comparable LS that makes similar power NA, it'd be like a fraction of the cost. But I am not a homosexual, so I will absolutely opt for the Ford game. YOLO's still real to me, damn it. Why doesn't he flip his hat anymore, man? The only time I gave a fuck about YOLO, drinks Mountain Dew, is when he used to flip his hat, sucks on his Marlboro. You know what happened? He was a real man, fucking drinks, beats his wife. Fuck out of here. So I can make 1,000 horsepower? Yeah, Cuban. Yeah, you can make 1,000. Dude, you're already making it. Newsflash, Poppy, you're already making 1,000. You're already making 1,000, Cuban. Based on your trap speed, the vehicle weight, you're already making 1,000. You know that. Torque and Bean says, if it was just that easy to not be poor, then you have a baby mama trying to rail you, pay $650 a month child support because you make decent money. Not always that easy. Actually, it is that easy. Don't nut in some crazy bitch. Watch the dating channel. Watch the dating channel. Don't nut in crazy bitches. It's not that hard. Look at Cletus set up in the mullet. Literally have to fix it every pass. As an LS guy, fuck that noise. Now, did you see Cletus's rant the other day talking about, and let me see if I could find it. He went on Facebook and had a bit of a rant because I think the fact that the people are getting on his case about his motors constantly blowing up. Now, I'm one of those guys that I go, look, if I typed in Cletus, his name is Garrett Mitchell. If that him? God, I don't fucking know. I have no idea who's who anymore. But he had a bit of a rant about his motor blowing up and people talking shit on it. And yanked the oil pan rod caps out to 9 yards, 20 minutes, couldn't find the problem. No metal on the oil. I think he deleted the post. Did he delete the post? Let me see. Did he delete the post? He might have deleted the post or it might have been on Instagram. So, hey guys, Summit Racing. No, so he might have deleted the post, right? He was ranting to people saying, look, if y'all keep ragging on my shit, people like Texas Speed is not going to sponsor my stuff. And then he said something that really, really enlightened me, right? He goes, if I didn't have that support, I'd be building 12-second cars. And I'm like, or something to that effect. If someone can link me to the, I don't want to mischaracterize what he said, but the way he said it made sense. Now, if Fast Forward or TKM or Keith Ray sponsored my shit, meaning Alex, I need you to go racing. Okay, what do you want? I will give you free motors. You're going to give me free motors? Yep, I need you to make stupid passes. Hell, Coyote swapped the GT500, and I've thought about it. I've thought about Coyote swapping the GT500 because let's be honest, it makes more power with the GT500 with a Coyote than it would with a 5.8. I'm sorry. Unless I'm looking to build a 1401 5.8 that I'm willing to blow up every pass, car will make more power with the Coyote. So, but I ain't doing that yet. So if Keith Ray or TKM or Fast Forward said, Alex, I will sponsor your build. All I need you to do is go racing. Okay. And almost every weekend I blow up a motor, Keith would be calling me and go, what the fuck? What the fuck? I don't think I can sponsor you anymore. You're a bad look to my program. And I would understand it. I would absolutely understand it. I would probably say something like, okay, Keith or TKM or whoever, who do you recommend I get it tuned by? Right? That'll be my question. Because we need to get on the program. Who do you guys recommend for tuning? Because it'd be standalone stuff. I could tune it myself, I'm sure, if I learn it. But look, if someone's sponsoring my shit, I'm going to hire somebody to because then blame ain't on me. My stupid job is to be the monkey and release the button. That's my job. If I'm going to go racing that style stuff. So he was mad that people were kind of digging on him. And I understand, but I don't want to say it's justifiable because it's really not. But I really think you have to call into question how many times someone blows something up and then say, okay, well, where am I falling short on this. You know, like I can't imagine it's good for anybody. You know what I mean? Like if you watch certain channels and they constantly blow shit up, you're going to start wondering like, hey, like you're not really making us look all that great, even though it's not the engine builder's fault. It's still not a good look. Flying into West Palm tomorrow for Palm Beach Boat Show. Looking forward to meeting some of those Duffy's girls you always speak of. Nope. Twin Peaks girls. Oh, you mean fucking? Yeah, you can fuck at Duffy's. But if you want to see hot chicks, Twin Peaks, Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard. Again, Twin Peaks, Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, between Okeechobee and 95. They look ridiculously illegal. So go in there and have a good time. Cuban says, the car never seen anything over 16, 18 PSI, dyno at 850. What's up? That's exactly what he said. Rare SVT sign. So he's talking about Cletus, I think. I seen it because Eric Jarvis shared the post. And who's Eric Jarvis? Maybe I'm supposed to know, but I don't know. He said he would build his own and only go 12s. That's the rub. That's the rub for me. So look, it's $1 million operation. Let's not get it twisted. You don't show up with a rig like he does, a built Corvette with a motor and a glide and a big massive turbo sticking out the hood, for all intents and purposes, 6-second LS badass El Camino. It's $1 million operation. All right. So at what point do you start to say, what do we need to do to keep this engine program running? Like the tune shouldn't have to change that much. And I'm coming from a tuning aspect. When Junior tuned all these guys at Texas 2K that won a bunch of classes, the tune didn't change. I'm going to repeat that. The tune did not change. Maybe he looked at the data log and said, all right, the car did this, the car did that. But the tune did not change all that much. So I'm thinking, where's the part where you start going, where's the weak link? Where is the weak link and how do I fix it? And if you're constantly fucking with shit and the conditions generally stay the same, like, why would you have to mess with the tune all that much? Frank DiMaggio says, I see where Cletus didn't like the digs, but when he's constantly blowing up engines and getting a stronger engine than blowing that engine up, it gets old. And I agree. And I love his shit. I love the fact that he's one of one. He's the only one. Actually, he's not. There's Adam LZ and then there's John Doc, even though he has less subscribers. But you can't, if you put yourself out there in the public eye, let's say Alex Flores becomes a legit racer. That means my subs will go down and my views would go down, but my rep would go up. Because look, if I'm legit and I'm going A to B and winning races, y'all don't give a fuck, right? Y'all don't give a fuck. If I'm sticking rockets up my ass and jumping shit, you give a fuck. So, and I start blowing up coyote after coyote after coyote after coyote, you guys are going to give me a sideways look like, I don't think you represent coyotes well, Alex. I think you're doing a bad job at representing our love for this engine. So a lot of LS guys are like, so I went 2 seasons with my motor, freshened it up, threw bearings in it, new rings, and had another 2 seasons. And the car is like a 1,500 horsepower monster. Or does not exist? I don't know. Hey, Cole Daniel, thank you very much for becoming a new member. I appreciate you very much. Alex, I got a 19 F-150 with a Whipple. Just wondering why my truck would run like crap on E85 when it runs fantastic on 93, stumbles on cold start, dies occasionally, and restart after truck is warm. Who's tuning it? Are we tuning it? And if we're tuning it, have you sent in logs? That's the best thing I could tell you. If you have a return style fuel system, and you got to understand the fuel is less dense. So if it's cold outside, it's going to be hard starting. If hot restarts are going to be an issue based on the density of the fuel. You can't expect the truck to run exactly the same on E85 than it does on a very dense fuel like 93 is. Bad Deal says, worked for a race shop and my boss was religious about his setup and everything was being set up everything was changed and fresh. A lot of Cletus's engine failures aren't the engine's fault though, generally supporting part failures. I understand that. So at what point do you stop? Look, man, look, how many times do you repeat the same thing? Again, I'm not critical of him. He has a better program than I do, blah, 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 blah. But if you're an LS guy, you know there's an elephant in the room and you're like, why do the cars keep failing? Why does the platform keep failing? By the way, did you see that he pulled the GT500 motor out of the Crown Vic? Fucking neighbor. I know it was good. I know the story behind it. Fucking relax. That's the most reliable car in the fleet. The most beat car in the fleet. What motor's in it? What motor is in it? A GT500 motor built from L&M. On the limiter, they've locked up the blower. They've probably they've done it all. And after 3 years or so, or 4 years of absolute flog death craziness, they pulled it apart. And I actually watched that video because I was interested to see the carnage. No carnage. No carnage. No cam lobes. One of the guys was like, oh, this cam lobe's a little fucked up. That's normal. For the amount of bullshit you guys do to it, that's normal. And Michael Rauscher at L&M was there when they were pulling the motor and was like, man, I'll freshen that bitch up and get it ready for you guys for your next Cletus and cars or whatever the hell they're doing. So if you're an LS guy, because this is talking about LS versus modular or small block Ford, whatever. If you're an LS guy and the most reliable car in the whole fleet that Mr. Garrett Mitchell has is the GT500 swap, the P71 Crown Vic with the VMP. Love you guys. Y'all are worthless. 347 watching, 188 likes. Look, man, there's nothing I can do about that. All I can do is entertain you guys every day and hope that you guys like it. The subscribers are up. Thank you to the TikToker, or maybe just it's organic. Who knows? But I'm just going to keep chugging away. If y'all like it, cool. If you don't like it, cool. 100% Neighbor is a champ. That thing takes the most abuse from that whole fleet. Desert 1320. Were you there when Manuel Gomez squared up against a dude and he says, I'll fight you right now? I got to find that video, bro. Manuel Gomez was like, I will fight you right now to some Cali dude. And Cali dude was quiet. I was like, oh no. Oh, freaking no. There it is. Thank you, Nickel White. Nickel White in the house. So Nickel White is going to give me the Cletus post, right? And look, I feel his pain, but at the same time, you know, I hate to say it, you know, people might have a point when they're a little critical. Mr. Cletus McFarland, March 22nd, 3:59 p.m. You know what effing sucks? Mullet was taken out by something that was completely our fault. Debris through the engine. You'll see it in the video coming up. There's a legit bolt stamped into our piston. That wiggled its way out of a prototype part we made. Meanwhile, we'll never once concluded what was wrong. Hundreds of keyboard warriors are bashing our engine builders. These people have no idea what it takes to do this at this sport, at this level, but they sure can sit behind a keyboard and make it much harder for us. Whether we tune the head gaskets out, what does that mean? Tune the head gaskets out of this thing and leave a bolt in the charge pipe, or it just blows up on its own, which has never once happened. You guys got to live with the fact that stuff happens in racing. Blaming does nothing. Find the problem, fix it, go back to the track. That's it. Blows that after all this time, some of you can even think of blaming our engine builders. We literally beat our engines to death in every video. It's a miracle some of the things that survived, though. If y'all keep this up, no one's going to help us. And I'll be building engines and we'll be able to make one 12-second pass a month before I'll have to build another and rant. Hey, but I don't think the criticism is unjustified. So back to Manuel Gomez and the video of him talking, yo, I'll fight you right now. Where is it at? 2 minutes and 42 seconds. So how long ago was this? Oh, this is Manuel yesterday with some Texas beef. He's all about that beef. It was either go to lovers or lose, relax. Here it is. Here it is. Got it. Okay, check this out. This is great. I love Manuel Gomez. Share screen, Chrome tab, Manuel Gomez, share audio, blah, 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 blah. So check it out. I love this motherfucker.
You want to fight me one-on-one? Let's do it. Nobody jump in. And I'll
now you don't fight. You can't race.
I swear to God, I'll fight you.
Bro. Now you can't race.
Well, you just trying to fight me. You want to fight me?
I said let's go race.
Do you want to fight me one-on-one?
I said let's race. If you can't race, then just say you're scared.
I'll fight you. You want me to fight you? I'll fight you.
So apparently before this video popped off, someone said something about fighting. One thing about Manuel, he'll fight you. He'll fight you. He has no problem. So I didn't know what happened before this, but this video is great.
I'm here to race, not to fucking fight.
So now you want to
Even his boys are like, yo.
Are you a fighter or you're a fucking street
I'll
racer?
fight. I'll race.
I'm a street racer. What's up?
Nobody else wanted to race you. I wouldn't race you.
So we're
right?
gonna try
Now you
something
came
new
up to
tonight.
me after I called you a retard. I called you a retard.
Yeah, you fucking
And
called me a
you're,
retard.
and
That's
you're
all.
trying
Oh no! Yeah, you call me a retard.
to fight, right? You were trying to fight me. Do you want to fight? Or do
No,
you want
I'm
to just
trying
chill
to
out
race.
and then we go on our ways?
Then let's
Get
go
your
race.
asses
Do you
off
want to
first,
chill?
bro.
I don't want to fucking race.
Don't break
Dude,
that.
that fucking truck is not the same truck. All right, you go on your way. That's it. We're good.
Okay, there you go. I love it. I love it. Look, I don't go to Texas 2K. I don't fuck with anybody. I don't talk to anybody. Who I got in line is going to be David Crunkleton, Mr. Desert 1320. He's the only guy I'm interested in interviewing right now. Alex, thanks for answering the email. You got it, sir. Was literally thinking about that neighbor when I saw that video. Right. Chrome Taint. That was refreshing. Was 188 when I made the comment. Got it. We got Ricardo Jr. says, blew my stock NA, waited 8 months to get the build short block in, blew that racing while on break in tune. Got that fixed out. And after my break in, my first pull for the last lock, I blew the trans. Wow. Man, you got some bad luck. Just saying, yo, Alex says, the hot sauce. Cletus builds a retarded hillbilly fan base and gets mad when they yell retarded hillbilly shit. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you build a brand based off of retards, Mountain Dew, Yee Yee, Straw Hats, LS, you're surprised that the fangs come out when you fail a little bit? When I said I don't want my fan base being full of retards, I meant it. I could go out there and do dumb shit. I could go out there and flip my fucking hat and bring back YOLO douchebag and allow people to try to call me YOLO douchebag in person. I said no. This brand is going somewhere I don't want it to go. I don't want to go to a track and say, what's up, douchebag? Some guy said to me at Texas 2K or Modnats or one, he goes, what's up? He said, what did he say? What's up, retard? And I looked at him like, what the fuck did you say? Bro, his face went from adulation to like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you're sorry. And then I thought to myself, nah. It's my fault. It's my fault. I'm acting like a retard out there. I'm saying stupid shit. I'm flipping my hat like a dumbass, and I'm allowing people to think I'm this actual person. So I changed shit. I said, fuck it. I'll get less subscribers, less views, but nobody can say I'm a fucking clown. If you're out there doing dumb shit and people and your following is full of dumb motherfuckers, don't be surprised if they do dumb shit after you start blowing up, even if it's your fault or not. That's exactly how it is, bro. That's exactly how it is, bro. Today I learned what YOLO douchebag means. Why YLDB? I don't even know. I've never had YLDB ever in my life. I've had YDBT. I've never had YLDB. People, that's what I mean, guys. You see what I mean? Like even at the smallest core level of like the acronym, they get wrong. So I'm like, I don't want to go there. I'll follow you either way. I've enjoyed both sides of the contest. Is 50 Stevo. No, but 50 Stevo. You know there are people legitimately mad at me because I squashed that character. That character can come out anytime. I don't want to be a clown. I don't want to be a clown. And I don't want to be known as a clown. People come up to me now at races and go, hey, I have questions about my setup. Right? I've gone for the last 4 years. People come up to me and they go, hey, man, I got a question about injector size. Okay. I got a question about this trans. Okay. I got a question about tires. Cool. They pay me. Hey, I got a question about this setup. Awesome. Before that was like, Alex, look at me. I'm doing this. And they would sit there for minutes on end, hoping that I would notice them flipping the hat. And I went, this shit's got to stop. And I did. And it was done. Nico Bellic says, LS Nut Riders are a different breed. I got this kid telling me a stock 50 with boost is no longer a stock motor. Bro, that's the people we deal with. That's the people we deal with. Right? People are laughing at the cap. I'm telling you, bro, the fucking cap. I was at PRI this 4 years ago. And people were like, you know, hey, what's up, man? What's up? And then one guy, fat guy, was like he's off in the corner, like by where they're constantly spraying the nitrous. You know, he's like, and he kept doing it over and I'm just like, I just ignored him. And I told Joe Goodenough, hey, how long you think before that fucking retard actually says my name? He's like, I don't know, dog. How long you think he'll hold out? At least a solid minute. And he had 4 friends with him. Of course, it's in Indiana, so he knows hillbilly motherfuckers. And he flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping. And then he goes, hey, Alex. I go, yes. He goes, well, how you doing, man? I go, I'm good. He goes, all right. And then he walks away. Flipped his hat for a solid minute. I guarantee his forehead was chafed. Do people mix nitrous with boost? Nitrous with boost. What do you mean mix? You mean confused? Wes commented on the LS fanboys, right? I saw that on Wesley. I saw Wesley's post and I went, bro, that guy's on the money. That guy is on the money. Wesley Evans is one of these guys that goes hard in the paint with the LS guys. Hard. He has a small block Ford, real teal, been $7.99 stick nitrous. So he can say shit. He can say shit and nobody's going to check him. Right? I say shit. They go, what do you got? And then you start saying, oh, I got GT500 that runs 8.1s. Oh, yeah, the fucking 5.8, 5 liter Whipple. And I'm like, you kind of got a point. FBO CJ150 shop. Is the bent caliber stage 1 good enough or sell my kidney and go for a T56? Well, Ricardo Jr., what do you want to do? Because if you buy a T56, you have to change your rear gear ratio unless you already have a 373. So the Ben Calimer stage 1, in my opinion, is not worth it if you want to do some serious racing. It's an upgrade. To me, the Ben Calimer stage 1 is something you get after you blow up your stock trans and your car is mildly modified and you're not gorilla shifting it into gear. The stage 1 is an upgrade over stock, sure. Stage 2, a little better. Stage 3, completely different gear set and King Daddy for that setup. And you can save on the drive shaft, like I've said a million times, the shifter, the rear gear too, and the cross member. You'd save on a bunch of stuff. Hey, Alex, do you think a stage 2 Whipple could be a sleeper if you have full exhaust? What in the fuck did he just say? What? Look, man, this isn't the channel to talk stages. You know what I mean? This is not the channel to start talking stage stuff.
Pal. Trust me, you're not that guy.
Stage 2 Whipple, stage 3 this. No. Here we talk specifics, David and Dat Mustang. You say, this is how you come on this channel. Alex, I got a Whipple, 10 PSI, 3875 pulley, stock lower, pump gas. Do you think with full exhaust, it'll actually run really well and catch people by surprise? Hey, Alex, you think a stage 2 Whipple with a pump gas? This ain't that channel. This ain't that channel. Love you. The fuck did he just say? Well, the Targe found you. I mean, what the fuck is a stage 2 Whipple? That's what I mean. The fuck? Comment of the week. Standalone fuel system for nitrous on Gen 3 Coyote. Tuned by you guys if you do a tune for it. Sure. It's a good idea to not stress out the stock fuel system. But if you have a BAP or D-Works 400 pump on the stock setup, I think it'll be adequate for what you need. Sir, bruh. Imagine, guys, this channel ain't the stage shit channel. I got stage 3 port. I stage 3 ported my asshole last night. Oh, cool. What the fuck do you want me to do? We talk boost numbers. We talk fuel. We talk specifics here. We don't go stage 2 Whipple, phase 2 Roush, phase 2. Man, get the fuck out of here. Alex, what do you think of the new Corsa Extreme Gays with active exhaust for the 350? They're gay. Anything Corsa is gay, AIDS, loud as fuck. It's Hunter Biden AIDS. It's Hunter Biden AIDS. That dude is a stage 69 ass hat. Only if it has a stage 1 full exhaust. Stage 5 FE motor, good daily. It done. Nipples on stage 2. He loves it. I like that he doesn't get butthurt about it. Fuck that sleeper bullshit. It'll drugged by something anyway. It'll get drugged, I'm sure he meant to say. Only if it's a stage 6 Coyote. I think Alex was nicer when he was flipping his hat. That's the truth. When I was flipping my hat and doing YOLO douchebag stuff, and someone asked me like a question, I had to be this fake ass bitch ass hoe because they know I'm being YOLO douchebag. So that's a discern, you can discern with the character. And once I started talking like me, that's when people were like, I don't like them all that much. You don't have to like me, but the information that I'm giving you is pretty good. And I've saved a lot of people a lot of time by, I don't want to say educating. I'm not that smart, but at least giving them the knowledge that has been passed on to me being in the business so that they don't make the same mistakes others have made. Stage 40 Coyote. Stage 2 Off American Muscle with a Bama tune. So we all gonna ignore the consistent 8-second GPI and praise Gen 6 Camaro? Yeah, no one gives a fuck. Bro, who the fuck? Why the fuck do you come in here all the time with the dumb shit? Why the fuck do you come in here all the time with the dumb shit? Yeah, we're gonna ignore it. It doesn't fucking matter. Shit doesn't matter. Trying to rep the people you want to rep. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. Are we going to ignore a fully built tin can Camaro? Yeah, we are. Just like I'm going to ignore a Pro Mod, just like I'm going to ignore a fucking twin turbo big block something. Yeah, I don't care. I literally don't care. You're going to just ignore? This ain't the channel for you, dumbass. I got a stage 6 Trinity and a stage 3 intaker, stage 3 spark plugs. VCMD says, can I just do a full exhaust delete in the car? The world delete just sounds way cooler. Oh my God. Shit just flies out there with no resistance after that butthole port. Exactly. Stirring that pot. Corsas are great. Y'all tripping. No, they're not, bro. Corsas are trash. The Corsas are like the exhaust for kids. Like, have you heard a cold start with Corsas? I'm not going to do it here because you're going to blow your eardrums out. Cold starts are absolute fucking trash with Corsas. Corsas are the exhaust you think is cool and it's really expensive and you bolt it onto your car and you swear to God it's badass, but deep inside your soul, you know it's fucking trash. Facts. Sleeper is a Camry with a Coyote swipe and quite, not quiet, quite. Not a damn shiny new Mustang GT. Stage 2 dipstick. Drone can't wait to get home. Pika said, what's up, Mr. Alex? What's up, Pika? He is killing it out there. Pika's got like 7 Mustangs in his shop, bro. Good for you. Good for you. 1250 Lunas gets it. Stage 2 gapping rectum. Whipple 3.0 with a 20% underdrive and a 375. Ooh, that's a good amount of power. And 100 shot of nitro should be good enough to send them rods to the moon. Oh yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun. Maybe he meant deep staging, getting the second bulb. No idea. Love seeing the boy YOLO videos. Glad they're still on your channel. Oh my God, shut the fuck up. I want him to just come back as YOLO because it's still real to me, damn it. Like, people that follow YOLO are people that follow Cletus. And once I saw, guys, his name is Cletus. No, I look, I know him as Garrett Mitchell. Guy's an educated fella, knows his stuff generally, and has good intentions. But he goes out there and embraces the idiocracy. So when you embrace the idiocracy, then turn around and say, hey, don't say dumb shit about my motor program. You let them in the door. Hey, Alex, dropping a like and I'll watch the replay. Since watching you for years, Jordan Hirsch says, if and when I get my Yodi, I'll know exactly what to do the right way. Giovanni Sanchez says, hey, Alex, on the Cold Star, how long should the car idle at 1,000 RPMs and what could cause it to be idle at that range for too long? I have free-flowing long tube headers. A couple of things. It could be, if it's 30 degrees outside, it could be a minute. It could be a whole fucking minute if it's 30 degrees outside. It's 100% engine coolant temp related. Okay. The cold start is related to the engine coolant temperature. Once it gets to above 160, 170, not only does it run richer, but the idle stays on the higher side. Then it calms down to something manageable. So it all depends on the outside temp, in my opinion. What is with all the ones? Who gives a fuck about a Camaro? That's what I'm saying. Like, who gives a fuck about a Camaro? Hey, Alex, what's good? What's a good cheap car to build and learn? Alex, how you doing? What's a good cheap car to build and learn? Look, man, we've been there. Fox bodies. You want to learn suspension geometry, stick shift world, auto world. You can learn anything and everything, but good and cheap are two different ends of the spectrum, right? You can't be, racing is the most expensive hobby on the planet. My girlfriend laughed at the price that I paid for 2 S71 beadlocks, and they were discounted. And she goes, you spent how much on 2 wheels? I go, yeah, that much. As much as a Fox body rolling chassis used to be back when I was a kid. So, you know, it all depends on, I don't think good and cheap are synonymous. I think they're actually totally different ends of the spectrum. You got to get good. And to me, a Fox body is a good starting platform. There's a reason why it's the most popular racing platform on the planet. I still laugh at people that use NGK plugs. NGK? Why do you laugh at people that use NGK plugs? Stank 50. Stank 50. Why do you laugh at people that use NGK plugs go. NGK 6510 in most Coyotes can be used up to about 1,000 horsepower. NGK 6510 is what I recommend on most Coyotes up until about 1,000 horsepower. Then you got to start looking at the brisk 12s, 10s, big boy stuff, that you last 2 passes. So what is wrong with using? Tell me, give me the specifics. Why do you laugh? How much knowledge do you have? Why do you think it's so funny to use NGK plugs? Dude, blow them eardrums out, daddy. Get that MagnaFlow catback exhaust, big shit. Yee retarded, no chromosomes. Some customer today at my store told me he can't hear my car because it's not loud and said put Flowmasters on, says he does it to all his Chevys. I know where you live. NGK TR6 is cheap and reliable. Exactly. I run Brisk 12s. Brisk 12s are fine, but NGK 6510s are more than good enough. The problem with the Brisk is they just don't last long. 6510s last longer than the Brisk plugs. Absolutely. 6510s last way longer than the Brisk plugs. 100%. What's up, little Tony? You got your cookie here? You got your cookie. Yeah, you want to have a cookie, little faggot? I use NGK 6510s. Want to squabble? Right. NGK 6510s for everything up until about 1,000 wheel. Plain and simple. Alex, would you go Whipple or Pro Charger for 350, 10 PSI, 85? Neither. You're asking me. Whipple or Pro Charger? Neither. There you go. Me. Now, can we tune Pro Chargers that make good power on GT250s? Sure. Can we tune Whipples on GT250s that make good power? Sure. Would I do it? No, not at all. Brisk lasts as long as LS engines. Exactly. Tony is the goodest boy. He is a good boy. He just wants to hang out here and hang out next to dad and just be on the camera. What's up, buddy? Stag50, where did you go? Right. If Tony eats his own cookie, is it cannibalism? I have peasant TR6s. Peasant. What is your deal today, buddy? How come you're being so cuddly all of a sudden? I already played with you. I fed you. We hung out all day. We hung out all fucking day. And 10 of your cookies showed up, dude. There's your face right there. It's pretty good. And I get to jerk you off with this bag later because that guy told me I could just jerk you off and put it in this bag and sell it to people. Shit. Give Tony a pat on the head for me. There you go. Okay. I'll give you guys, because you guys are psycho with your dogs, but I'll give Tony cuddles and rubs because you guys always want me. He doesn't allow it though. He always wants to play. See? There you go. I know. Let's go all the way down. Oh my God. Do you think there are more doors in the world or wheels? Oh my God. Who gives a fuck? Laugh my ass off the look on his face. I am poor, says Ron James. Exactly. So Chase Sam, he just loves you, Dad. Yeah, he just wants to play all the time. He wants to be in my presence. Come on, little man. Come on. Oh, people love you. People love you. They want to see you, and you're like a star here. So just chill out. Oh my God, you're being so difficult. Just there, hang out. You're half in, half out. There you go. You can just hang out with us, bro. Just a move. Alex, go to the dyno. I should have them show SAE smoothing 5, 6 gear on a 10R80. Yes. SAE smoothing 5. I wouldn't use a standard. Don't like that. I wouldn't use a standard stuff. I use SAE smoothing 5. You're going to have a lower number generally, but I think a real number. I need a sports dog like Tony. He's good. He's good pup. Tony left the bitch on the table. Alex going to give Tony the reach around. Asking Alex if he'd run Pro Charger or Whipple is like asking if he wants Hunter Biden AIDS or Freddie Mercury AIDS. Thank you very much. Look, Pro Chargers are fine. Whipples are fine. I have my own personal reasons why I don't run either, and that's all that matters. Team half in. Nice dog. He's just hanging out. Oh boy, he's been an asshole. So we got Tony Cash, Wiley50 with Tony Cash. Again, guys, just to remind you guys that we got Bundle Bird GoFundMe, so we can get him over to ModNats this year, $5,500. I think we can reach that way before November. Taking my car to the track Saturday, 21 long tubes, H-pipe dumps, rear seats out. For weight reduction, $2,993 by Lund. What should I run and what should I data log? 1150, 1160, maybe 11.4. Data log every run, every single run. Bring octane booster, throw it in the car. bring Octane Booster and just throw it in the car because you don't want to go to the track and leave anything on the table, in my opinion. Man, I used to be able to be heard well, but now I can't. I'm about to start sending Tony shit. Okay to send a PBH? Yeah, send a PBH. Tony's a good guy. Damn, he grew fast. He's a big son of a bitch. He is the biggest Boston I've seen in a very long time. It's not like he's like a miniature. He's like a miniature boxer. Like, look at there's such a man here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. When I owned GMs, I did repairs with a lot of cheap aftermarket parts without sacrificing reliability. With Fords, it always seems best to buy Motorcraft parts. Where we donating for Bondo Bird? JD Swag, if you go back, there's a if you go to Bondo Bird's page on Instagram, in his bio is a link to his his GoFundMe. He looks like a big Frenchie. Tony's going pretty. He's already a year old. I think no, April 27th he'll be 1 year old. Celebrate his birthday by doing absolutely nothing. I'm not one of those psychos that gets a dog a cake. It's a fucking dog. It's a fucking dog. Feeding him the rice and beans. No, just consistent schedule, exercising him a lot and a lot of rest. This dog, it has like a bodybuilder's regimen. You know what I mean? Gets up at 5 a.m. We poo him, pee him, we run him, we feed him. He naps 11 or 12, feed him, poop him, pee him, run him. And he does it 3 or 4 times a day. And he's been just super, super consistent and well-rested and well-mannered. Oh, he likes this. He's a big boy. Tony the Tiger. He's a big boy shit. He's a good-sized dog. Pulled the 3 valve out of my 09 Lifestyle and bought a rotating assembly for the Gen 1 block sitting in my garage. Coyote, swap, incoming badass stuff. LS is just a Gen 2 small block Ford. I'm kind of down with that, but I love the fact that John Dock, he's risking a lot by saying that, in my opinion. His brand is LS. Everything has been LS. So today or yesterday, he says small block Ford makes more power, but yes, it's more expensive to build. I think people must have been like their minds must have exploded. Do you have drama like you have? Do you have drama like you have with the red suspension brand with Whipple and Pro and VMP? Pro Charger, yes. Whipple, no. VMP, no. I don't have any issue with VMP. I don't have any issue with Whipple. Pro Charger, their blowers make power, but on a representative level and people that rep that brand level, yeah, fuck them, like forever, plain and simple. And again, you haven't seen me shout out people that were specifically involved. I just don't rep the brand. That's it. That's just how it is. Reminds me of a cow with his colors, Alex, but the LS goes chop, chop, chop. Have you heard the red car idle? The red, let me see if John Dock's car.
I personally think the small Ford,
let me see.
the ones with the cover and all that shit.
Easy.
Let me see if they
Okay. So tomorrow we're gonna test it.
He's really good. There we go. That is a small block Ford. Let's listen to that motherfucker. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's go back. Let's share screen. Hopefully it doesn't copyright my shit, but I'm just showing clips, bro. Relax. I just want to show you love because you showed love to the Ford brand, and I appreciate it very much. Here we go.
John, don't.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
Jerry.
Okay. Enough. Jesus Christ. I don't know. That sounds pretty good to me. Turbo car sounding like that. Man.
All steel, all glass, we're coming for you. And then we're gonna put the bad apple on you.
I'm going on the break.
Good. I like him. I like his energy. He's got really good energy for that program. Puro pinche 956 a la verga, cuz LS Nutswinger said LS is the easy way. Wesley on our video, episode 27 at 727. I like the Pro Charger on your white car, right? David Van Voor's car chop, puro pinche 956 a la verga, cuz. There we go, Tony. They want the puro pinche 956.
Puro pinche 956 a la verga.
All the lobes on that cam. Small block Ford sounds better than an LS and a Coyote. I agree. Look, listen to Wesley Evans' car chop in his garage. Sounds nasty. Hitting harder than a drunk stepdad. That's a mean mofo. Good stuff. I show people your vid comparing a Mazda sound versus a Camaro cam. I love that video. What I miss? What's up? All right, guys, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. So let's recap what happened today. We talked about Bondo Bird getting a GoFundMe so we can get him up to $5,500 so he can get to Mod Nats and Miss Gears in his Coyote Swap Firebird. Then we talked about a John Dock and actually giving some prop to the small block Ford, pretty much sending a ripple effect through the LS world and the every single trailer park in the planet, where he basically said small block Ford makes more power. Yes, it's more expensive, but makes more power. And I'm sure people must be filling up his inbox, and he's going to have to explain himself. Then we talked a little bit about Cletus's setup, where he ended up getting mad at the people talking shit about his program. But then I questioned, look, eventually people are going to have to question your program if you have failures, whether they're whether your failures or not. They're going to question it. And if you build your brand on hillbilly bullshit, don't be surprised if hillbilly motherfuckers get up on your DMs and start talking all that shit. Oh my God, your breath is disgusting. Dude, did you eat shit? Like, did you go out there and chomp on some shit, dude? It smells fucking disgusting coming out of your No, Jesus Christ. All right, guys, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to get on, do this again before the weekend so we can talk some shit and keep the show going. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get in the comments after the video is uploaded. Talk to us about what you think about John Dock saying that the small block Ford makes more power. Talk some shit down there. Like the video, share it. We'll see how everything, get the channel growing. We're averaging 30 or 40 new subscribers every day. So we'll see if we can get to 60,000 sooner than later. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.